Welcome to Shadow Empire Playthrough Part 7. This is Strategos Academy. We play and learn Shadow Empire together. Each episode, players ask questions and suggestions, and I answer. Also, during my gameplay, I try to explain all mechanics and my decision-making process, so it's a good opportunity to learn this game together and have a fun. In the description of this video, there is a link to the playthrough playlist and also to the Shadow Empire Academy playlist. So let's start with your questions. One person asked why I have more money at the end of last episode. So if we check our dashboard, you can see that we have 471 more credits. How it happened? I was also a bit surprised, but simply if we go to the treasury cash flow, you can see that we have revenue of 499 credits because of the sales tax. So it means that our private sector bought from the traders a lot of resources. So you can see in the zones they are buying a lot of water, a lot of resources. Also, they are paying their debts because if we go to the population tab in our zone, you can see that because last round we gave them a lot of money, this round they could finally pay for the asset that they are building. Also, they repaid the debt by paying 844 credits. So there is a lot of things going on, but they still have money. And because of those operations and sales tax, I have much more credits. And there was a suggestion how to solve the problem on North and what units we should build. So one person suggested that we could build the motorbikes, and I forgot about this. Thank you for reminder, because this was our goal, that the motorbikes that we have discovered could be a good opportunity to have some good fighting and good recon units, because buggies are too expensive currently for me, but those are cheap units with good recon and they will be fighting well. So we were waiting for the automatic rifle and padded enviro to build also better model of motorcycles. But I forgot about that, so that's why we are building the third variant of soldiers, and the next one will be motorbikes. So very good suggestion. But now we probably have no other choice but building machine guns. Also, other person suggested that machine guns is not a waste in this case, because later we can reuse existing machine guns in the machine gun infantry brigades. For example, if I will disband this machine gun unit and I have experienced soldiers, and in unit administration I can disband them, then they are not disappearing. They are moving back to SHQ, they keep their experience, and when I will raise a new unit with operational headquarters, in this case machine gun infantry brigade, here I can select use SHQ troops, and I can select which experience I would like to include, and here I will see machine guns with higher experience that I can use to form this new unit. So investing now into machine guns is also not a waste, because we can reuse them in our new brigades. So that can be a good and cheap way of protecting our north. Let's create one independent machine gun formation, but as you can see that we are missing a lot of ammo, and this can be problem because we have everything apart of ammo. Ammo is risky currently, so we have no other choice than go to the workshop and produce some ammunition. Probably we need to spend 50 metal and industrial points for the ammunition. And now we can try once again to create the machine gun unit. Yes, now we can. So raise the formation and they will be protecting our capital. So thank you for this suggestion. And last comment was about, in case of leaders, if we can hire as much leaders as we can and keep them inside the reserve pool, because they could learn passively and they will not increase their seniority. So we could have a kind of farm of leaders. But in my opinion, having too many leaders in a reserve pool is of course a cost, but also if you have more leaders, then new factions will appear. So each 10 leaders, there is a new faction that they can form, and some factions can be problematic if they are not aligned with your values. Also, leaders, if they are staying in the reserve pool, they are not learning the skills that they would like to have because they don't have any job. So usually, for example, in case of Blake, if we go to his history, you can see that he is trying to improve some random skills. So we can see administration, intimidate, high command, but he was specialized in bribery, deception, intimidate. So intimidate, this is his specialization, and that's why he is trying to improve this skill here. But administration was not his specialization, but he was a director of Supreme Command Council, so this experience triggered learning of those skills. But if you would hire a new leader without any job, then the leader usually will increase the gray skills that are visible here, or some skills related to their history background, like those. I would not recommend to hire too many leaders, because if they are ambitious, their morale will decrease and they can rebel, so it's risky. But few leaders here can be fine. So thank you for this comment. Okay, end of Q&A session, and now let's play. Let's double check our assets, because we have built track station, and please notice that private economy finally decided to build ice mine level 2. I don't know why level 2, because they need to pay 2,500 credits. They could easily build level 1 for 1,000 credits, or cheap quality of life assets that are very cheap, 500 credits. So why they decided to do this, I don't know. I have no idea. Probably it was because of my decision to build here ice mine, and then after next round I cancelled it, and then somehow they really want to buy water. So it's interesting why they want to have water. But if we go to the strategic map to start and to rain, you can see that there is no rain, nowhere. This planet is dry. Also, there are only two sources of water. Maybe they predict that the water might be a problem in the future, because you can see zero rain everywhere. So we have only two sources of water. Also, they need water to produce food. But in our case, if we preview next round, we could manage the 100 production of industry, but you can see that next round the metal will be really low. So probably I will decrease it to 75%. Then we'll have also some metal next round. Maybe we'll be able to be more flexible, because we don't know what will happen next round. And 75% is still fine. But please notice that we have still bureaucratic office level 1, and this is a problem. And you can see that the level is limited by a civilization level of our regime. And we have civilization level 1, and we can check it in our empire dashboard. This is civilization level 1. And to have number 2 here, we need to improve our zones. We have only one zone, so only this zone is counting towards this number. The civilization score should be 9, because you can see it's computed as a square root of average regular zone civilization level and diminished by 1. So if here will be 9, so square root from 9 is 3 and diminished by 1 will be 2. So we need to have minimum 9 civilization score to be able to build bureaucratic offices. And how to do this? We can hope and wait for the private economy to build finally something useful, but you can see they are obsessed with buying water, or we can build our construction in government section university. That would be a very good construction, but still we are draining really metal. So someone suggested previously maybe we need to also increase the level of the recycling facility. It does not cost a lot of metal. We can decrease the production speed to have half of the industrial points, and then we'll double our metal production. Maybe we should do this, and we will have in parallel construction of industry and recycling facility. So let's upgrade. But then we need to double check if we can do it. We can. So next round we should be fine. We need to avoid a bottleneck with our metal. So let's hope it will work. Okay, so let's now check what is going on in this front line, in this war that we have here. So our units have better readiness, 100. Here our tanks have 88. So still they could have better readiness. Maybe wait one round more to avoid any problems. But they have low readiness. So maybe instead of waiting, we could finally attack. But the recon is 89. So we'll do one recon enforce attack using our militia. Let's check what are the odds. not good, but let's hope they will do it. Or maybe not. Maybe this militia unit is a bit bigger, but they have better odds. So let's do some recon.
Do it now. Objective lost.
You can see 500 recon gained. Now we know more or less what's the situation here. There will be no surprises. And now we can use our units, but somehow we cannot encircle them. And this is, so okay, we can only push them back from here. So let's use our infantry and our tanks together. So let's do one big attack, but they will probably escape to the next hex. Only 20% concentric, readiness is good, could be better, but not bad. We have too many units compared to their numbers, but fine. They have problems because tanks have armor, so they have lower caliber compared to our armor thickness. They are not entrenched well, so let's do this.
Advancing.
Let's hope that tanks will survive. Okay, they retreated. We have lost one unit, which is bad. But you can see here we have a subunit that this is scavenging team, and we earn credits if the unit managed to kill somebody, and we did here a kill. So I wonder if we will see somewhere this increase of credits. I'm not sure if this will be visible anywhere, but scavenging team should give us some credits. We'll see. Is there any report? No, I don't see here any information, so let's close this window. Let me know if you know where to check how many money scavenging team could earn. But we have pushed them back, and now this community, what's this? This is fertility hill, so only hexperk. There is no people here, but this hexperk is quite useful because we'll have increase in our population growth. Let's take it. But pushing them back is not a good tactic. We should eliminate enemy forces and not push them back, especially that we are less and less supplied because we are quite far from the road, so we are already on limited supply. But tanks should be here. So now we can see more about our enemies. They are really damaged after the fight. Maybe we can continue. We have action points, we have readiness. We could even move this unit here and continue the fight using tanks and maybe not this unit. But we don't have recon, and I don't want surprises like with the robots, you remember. So first, militia will attack to get some recon.
Do it now. Objective lost.
You can see, even if they had low readiness, they managed to kill 2 units. And if we go to the battle report and into the modificators and to the defender, you can see that yes, defender is hidden plus 20%, but this is average for the 5 combat rounds. So, and we had attack startup modifier. So in the first 2 rounds, you have a negative modifier. If we go to the details, you can see that in the first round, we were attacked by unknown enemy. So they were hidden, we were attacking, and hidden enemy is really risky. That's why we sent first militia to check the ground. And now maybe we can move this unit here and then attack using those units and tanks. We'll see. But we have better recon currently, so we can
Do no harm. Yeah, right.
expect that there will be no surprises. Yeah, I need to be really careful. So we scored some kills in this action because they had really low readiness. So in the battle report, defender, they had minus 25% the average across 5 rounds, and usually the readiness was their major problem. And we as attacker, for example, our tanks, also readiness was problematic, but you can see experience plus 32. Still, we managed to really do a good fight. So only few units could survive. And now also we can enter this hex to have better position for those units. You can see there is quite many of them. And I think the tank can also, the tank will require fuel, and we cannot effectively fight if we will have here low ammo and low fuel, because then we'll have the supply modifier negative to combat. So maybe the tanks can stay where they are. We need to be careful. And here we should have no gaps, so we need to watch out. Maybe I will even move back one hex. No, if they will move here, they will be on the much worse position because then we can surround them easier. And here, those guys are problematic because we need to keep one unit here and other unit here to protect the border. And those guys are low morale but high readiness, so we cannot do much. Also, here the same situation, and we have quite strong militia unit, but they have more soldiers, and the recon is not good, so this can be false information. But it's good that we have here a regiment because we have many soldiers that can fight. They have low readiness, so they will not attack probably. So let's keep them away from our borders. Let's watch out those guys. And I think we can change color of this brigade because the pink color, I don't like this color here. So let's change in the unit admin, we can change the color of our brigade to brown and click update. So now we have a brown brigade. So check stratagems. Can we hire anyone in the nation? Yeah, we can recruit one junior. So let's do it because we need to in future replace interior council because he don't has leadership. Very weak leadership. He is learning, but capability one, it will take time. Maybe there will be somebody more capable for this role in future. So let's check.
Copy that.
And also Supreme Command could be better. Leaders. So we have capability level 2 leader. He really doesn't like enforcement. He likes mind and democracy. The alignment with our profile, this is what I would like to see, is 79. So not bad. Sixth sense is a good skill for our leader because we have a random bonus to any skill from 1 to half of this value, so from 1 to 20. So this is a random bonus of this leader plus a relation, so he can be useful even if he has no skills, but nothing special. And he was a trader, that's why he has 6 cents. I was hoping for somebody better. So we have some money. We have two options how to spend the money. We could, for example, try to get rid of those guys finally. So maybe we can play a stratagem for bronze retirement. It will cost 250 credits and we'll target this guy or this guy. Here the difficulty is 21 is because of the seniority, because seniority is 21. And this card is good to retire people around seniority 30. So maybe we will be able to dismiss this guy. Yeah, so let's try.
Copy that.
A successful roll, so we could dismiss one of the leaders that we don't like. So now if we go to the factions, you can see that here they have only one leader. If I will dismiss this one, this faction probably will disappear and maybe new one will appear that will be better for the leaders that we currently have in our cabinet and they don't have any faction. So I would like to remove the faction that I don't like and hope that they will form a new one for their profiles. Let's check also prices and we can see that metal is more expensive and fuel. It looks like maybe some major regimes are building tanks and need more metal and fuel. That would be not good. Who knows? But we can maybe sell some fuel if the prices are better. We have sent to units only 33. We can sell. If prices are good, why not to sell something? You can see the sell price is 2.7 credits for each fuel. So I can make really good money on this operation. I will sell 250 for 675 credits. Good deal. So now we have much more money, over 1000, which means that maybe we can use the cards of Interior Council to improve relations with our leaders. I would like to give this one, commercial gift to somebody or official gift. So let's check who deserves it. It will be good to take care of the governor. His natural relation point is 99, but we need to speed up his progression of the relation because it's growing quite slowly. So maybe we can give him bonus, or we can give bonus to our Supreme Council to improve his relation. Maybe that would be better. So he would produce more political points. But before doing that, we will assign the advisor to Interior Council because the Interior Council is too weak currently. Okay. And now we will have two roles to avoid relying on pure luck. And now we can give a card to our Supreme Command Council. We can play a stratagem. So he is selected as a target and official gift maybe. You can see advisor will be used. So it's good because we minimize the risk and plus 38. So still we can fail, but 200 credits, we have a lot of credits, so let's check. And it was success. We can also hover this. And you can see that advisor made a leadership role. So it's good that we assigned the advisor, but you can see the effect, 61 points so of increase. So now our Supreme Command Council is really happy. He has 100 relations. And this is why we need good Interior Council. So commercial gift. So if we are doing so well, maybe we can give the commercial gift also to someone. So let's double check. Our lovely Aina will be problematic because her natural relation point is 42. So you can see each round will be a big decrease in the relation, and probably we cannot stop it currently because the loyalty is low and the profile match is low. Long term, probably we need to replace also her, but now because of the improvisation and good current relation, we can keep her a bit, but we will not invest here too much. So maybe economic council. We could increase a bit his relation, capability 3. Maybe he would be okay to increase the relation. And this guy is fine. Let's give something to economic council. I need to play a stratagem and official gift. Target is our economic council. So this card should improve relation and also commercial enterprise RL plus 1 means that he will have a static increase of relation point, which is very good. So let's hope that there will be no critical failures. We have two roles because of advisor, so let's do it. And it was critical failure. So the roll was 5. From 1 to 100, we roll 5 with attached advisor. Really? Okay. This is the fate. We need to accept it. But still, if we go to this guy, he has this commercial enterprise feature. So the critical failure affected mainly the lack of the bonus, but here, next round, we probably see increase because of the enterprise gift. So still, that was our main goal. So even the critical failure for us is a kind of success because he got the property, okay? And of wasting money. Probably we need to also think of the logistics. Somewhere we should build a supply base or extend roads because we cannot fight at the edge of our supply lines. So let's play next round. They are moving south, so giving us land. They lost 100. They lost 200, we lost 100. So they are pushing. Okay, so we killed 300 and lost 100. Okay, we have discovered gas-powered small arms, which can be a solution for our ammo problems if we'll not be able to research ammo factory soon. Also, we discovered power plant, which is very good. Bonus, very good. Okay, there is information that we should care of the machines because we have 0 and we have promise to keep the land, which remind us of those guys. So we promise to keep this hex, but those guys don't have food, so we need to continue. Did I saw here a unit? Check history. Yes, there was a unit. It's bad because we promised to keep this hex, hoping that there is no one here. And if they will move next round here, this will damage our reputation if we will not be able to keep this. Very bad. So maybe let's enable the We need only hope that they will not take this land, but probably they will. Why they wouldn't like to take? We can see everywhere black dots. The black dots probably means that we have no logistics. Why? Because of the production delay. Because if we disabled private transport hub and build public track station, the public track station could be operable next round. So they will produce logistical points and the points will flow, but they will be visible next round. So we are one round without any supply. Congratulations for this great strategy, but what I can do? Our soldiers are hungry because they are one round without food, but they need to stay and fight as nothing happened. So, dear soldiers, you need to survive without food for some time until our trucks will deliver you some food from our brand new truck station. Okay, I forgot that there is a production delay, but it's a good exercise. So everyone simply lost supplies. They are starving. Already 100 people died. We need to move back. Here, they are only hungry. In general, we can check it in the order of battle. So if we open order of battle, and here there is something called hunger. So we can see which units are hungry. They are hungry, okay. And which units have bigger problems than hungry? No, mainly everyone is hungry except of this unit that we saw before, which have hunger 150. Rest have only 50, so it's not bad. And supplies, of course, you can see nobody has supply this round. So the screen, those options on the bottom are quite useful if you would like to quickly check some of brigades, how they are doing. So in that situation, we cannot do much, but we can move our machine guns here to continue protecting the north. Those guys were a bit damaged, but what we can do? We need to block them, and hope they will not come closer. Here is a problematic because they moved, so we need to move back. Maybe they will react somehow. You can see how funny it is. But the good thing is that now we have this asset, and you can see they produce 100 population each round. So it's a kind of free never-ending flow of population, 100 each round. Maybe not much, but still 100 is a one subunit of soldiers. So you can see. And here somewhere it was a second one, and here was third. So having 3 fertility hills, we would have plus 300 population each round. Okay, but I see there is a new question. Somebody asked in the comments, why in the technologies, if we would open those two groups, why I am afraid? Because I could use simply focus option of science directors to simply focus on specific group. So if we have an director, we can call them, and here is discovery focus, and I could select one of the groups to set a discovery focus, and then the director would try to discover technologies only from this selected group of technologies, so for example from chemistry. And it would be a perfect solution if there would be no negative modifier for the bureaucratic points used. Because if you use focus, then you have minus 66% to the bureaucratic points investment, which is not very effective. It's good if you really want to have this group and you have many other groups open, but in case of two additional groups, and if each bureaucratic points counts currently, that would be suboptimal. So thanks for this comment. It's good to know that the focus exists, but focus should be used really in a specific situations, in my opinion. Okay, so now we have a bit damaged our logistic and our production. So guys, don't try it at home. This trick with the logistical track. It's okay if you are doing this in a first, I know, 3 rounds of your game and you don't have money, then it's worth to try, but you can see what can happen. You can disable the whole zone for one round, which is very risky if you have war or you have important production. So don't try it at home. You can see now what can happen if you disturb the production of truck station. So for example, let's say you don't have workers, you don't have fuel. If you don't have fuel to supply this track station, you will have the same situation. You can completely damage your logistics. So please be very careful. Even I remember some time ago, I simply decreased the production speed to 25% for track station. And what happened? The same. I reduced the logistical capacity by 75% during the war, and it was disaster. So don't mess with track station. And the trick with transport hub might work in some specific situations early game. But let's hope we are still early game, right? We should survive. So for sure we cannot do much on the front line because the logistics is disabled. So we can probably only try to move this unit a bit. Here we need to block them. Let's check decisions. Oh, they have demand. I try to eliminate their party and they have demands. So I will refuse your request. Sorry, guys. Copy that. But I don't like you. There is proposal for a new organization, but sadly we cannot currently afford spending bureaucratic points on more organizations. Sadly, not yet. We need to build the bureaucratic office level 2 and then we can have new organization. So none. Economic Council research objective. What was the last one? Go to the reports letterbox. Here we can see what happened last round. So we have discovered gas-powered arms, and in Economic Council we discovered power plant. Okay, so now we can research it. So letterbox is a good report that you can check the recent messages that were shown during this round. So should we research power plant or discover? If we will research power plant, we'll open the two tech trees and we are hunting for the ammunitions factory. So maybe I will go into discovery mode. So let's select, but before that, check our energy. We are doing good, but sooner or later we will need some energy, but not yet. So no target. Copy that. Nomad traders offer ammunitions. Okay, we have money, we don't have ammo. They offer us ammo for money, so why not? Why not to do this? She will be not happy, but she's our model design council, and this is problem. Let's check profiles. Commerce will increase and enforcement will increase if we do not agree, and enforcement is here. Probably I need to agree because I need the ammo and I don't want to produce ammo using the metal and industrial points. And we can spend those credits. So yes, more ammo. So now you have 300 ammo. So let's check stratagems. We can play the bonus to improve relation with somebody. So let's check who should have improved relation. Maybe she, because we need to speed up designing of new models. But let's check the governor. Governor 88. Is he improving? Yeah, but very slow. So what to choose? This guy or she? I will select her because if the relation is bigger than the loyalty over time increase. And loyalty might be helpful to keep her longer in happiness. Okay, so we give her small bonus. Egoism 76. So she should react quite positively for the bonus because she's quite egoistic. This logic changed in the beta version, so please double check in the beta changelog how the money and egoism cooperate together. But I play on stable version, so currently when I give her a bonus, she should really appreciate it. So let's give a bonus to her. Do we have still advisor attached? We have. So let's do it. Copy that. Failure, but don't worry. Failure means that we have half of the effect, so only 6 points. It could be 12. And the advisor is not doing well here. But anyway, she is 87. I was hoping for something more. And model design. Probably 2 rounds and we'll have the new unit. And then motorcycles. Okay, probably we cannot do much more. Let's check assets. if for next round everything will be fine. Oh, you can see metal, the yellow number, and here you can see machines. I would forget it. So it's good to check the preview of assets for next round because you can see we have one machinery in zone inventory. We will consume two machineries. So check it. We have 0 here, but in the zone we have 1. So we need to buy more machines or produce machines, but probably I will like to buy the machines because I'm saving metal. 65 credits. For sure one machine, but what is the price index for machines? It's normal. So I will buy two machines. Do we have any money left? 92. And we double check what are our spendings for salaries. We pay 68, 68 and here 35. So probably it's easier to check it here. Salary spending 103. So we have no enough. We need to sell something, maybe some fuel, but not too much. You can see how the price changed after our last operation from 2 point something to 0.9. So now we cannot do the same movement. This is also a lesson for us that if we plan to do some sellings, we need to do it as a one operation because now if we go to the oil, you can see the price drop. We could sell more before. Metal, can see what is going on with metal. Let's double check. Metal is very expensive. Well, maybe if I sell, okay, 10 metal should be fine because the price is very good. So 188. Go back to manage assets and we solved the problem here and metal. So probably we need to decrease the speed of industry construction to 25% temporarily. Recycling can go full speed. Okay, so now we somehow stabilize the situation and now we can play next round. Probably, because in Shadow Empire, always forget something. One person commented that he has some schedule and go through the points each round, so maybe it's good to do this. I also prepare some plans before each episode that I'm thinking what I should do, so I follow also some kind of plan, but not very strictly. Let's play next round. They attack us and they lost 200 soldiers. And here we lost 400, they 100, so it was bad. Oh, we have another gift, very good. So let's check what happened here. Guys, you have lost many units, many subunits. You are missing. Where is your 400 militia? Where they are? Okay. But the good thing is that they do not continue the movement here. And we still have this hex. Interesting. What is the demand? Check what we have promised. We have 12 rounds for this promise, and here 4 rounds to keep the hex. Maybe we will manage that, but they are dying. You can see 2 soldiers died. This means that we have some casualties of starvation. So 200 soldiers die because of not enough food, because they have 0 food. Not good. But what we can do, we can only try to reach our border and survive. So now we can see the effect of this production, which was started last round, but the effects we can see this round. This is how the production delay is working. So currently we don't have many options. We need to move forward and try to protect our north, but we have stronger regular units currently. So we can block. So we can try to block them, and this stronger unit can here grab some land. Oh, this is very strong enclave of nomads. I will move back because we need to be in a supply range. So here and this unit here. We cannot move forward because it will be too risky, but those guys can go here, and the only missing place is here probably to secure, but maybe this unit can but we will lose a lot of fuel for this movement. Maybe stay where we are, and this unit can move here. They are really damaged, but I hope there will be some help, because our militia, oh, they don't have any manpower to send. They have equipment, but they don't have manpower. So they will not receive the replacements. Very bad for them. Here the problem is our supply line, because if we switch to the bottleneck, you can see that here we are receiving only 60% of supplies and here 86% of supplies. So those hexes are not good for our units to stay at. We should try to stay at green ones. And also you can see even our current improved track station has problems with sending replacements. We can check in our SHQ. We send everything because the black line means that not that we are not sending anything. It means that we are fully utilizing this line. So this line was very busy. A lot of trucks with supplies were driving here, because if we check use points, you can see that our units requested here 262 logistical points and here 148. So the trucks, this line was really busy this round. But we delivered nearly everything that was requested. And still we do not cross our possibilities here, because you can see this is 320 logistical limit for our SHQ for this task. If the logistical points used do not cross the logistical points produced in your track station. So maybe do something here. We received food, we are fine. We can jump here to maybe get some land and then go back. Here we need to uncover a bit the area, and yeah, you can see what you can uncover. And here this hex would be nice to have, but probably they are protecting it. We will see. Militia is good for such expeditions, so those guys will go here and go back to the food area, and regular units I would like to move them to the west, but why not to move them here to grab some land. Those guys are out of supply, so we need to move back for food. Even it would be good to move here to have something more than food, because we are quite damaged. We have ammunition, so we need only food, so it's fine. They should survive. So with those guys we have two options. We can push them, but then we will be out of our optimal logistics. We can move back a bit and hope that they will come closer, or we can build some road, because what's the usual logistical points currently? Those guys are blocking our supplies, but we can do some optimization for the current. Maybe this is time for the small optimization. So get to the preview points for next round, and what we can see here, we don't need 213 points in this hex. So in general, the prediction is 154, but we are sending 213. So the solution is traffic signs, or you can press T and then click the hex. So this road, we will block everything, keep the pull points. Same here, block everything, keep the pull points. This way we do not block anything, because this is our main road, so the situation will be different next round. Here we will send only 100, nearly 150, and here we will send also less. We can check how much it changed, because 390, and with the blockade 290, so 100 we are saving here. So now more points will go this way. And do we need here also we can do the same, allow pull points, block everything. I hope it will be enough for them, because they are requesting 8 points. But even if we allow 8, you can see how action points are important, because in this hex we are using 100 from 100 optimal range of our track station. So the next hex we are crossing the optimal range. So we are spending 110 action points from 100 optimal. That's why we have here some loss of logistical points, and each hex it will be worse. Action points are important. That's why probably here we could build a supply base to extend action points by 50, or we can build a different road. So I'm not sure, but I am sure that we should move them away from this hex. And this is possible only by declaring them a war. So let's move some units there. The infantry can move here. Those guys can move here and check if anyone is there. We will keep here some infantry to protect this hex, but some units can leave the battlefield. We can even give them some ground. Our tanks probably will be needed here. So we have here 2 units to protect the land. So HQ also better to move here to cover those 2 areas. Then militia to do some recon, and we can see that they will be problematic. What they have? 2 anti-gravitational lifters, 80 artillery, 50 buggies, 600 bikes. Who they are? You can check. They are roaders. That's why they like vehicles and nice and fancy equipment. Interesting enemy. But we have a quite good relation with them. And also in the decisions, they are proposing us a lot of ammunition, so 450 for quite good price. So probably we need to accept it. To accept it, we need to have more money. So let's sell a bit of rare metals, maybe 30. And now we should be able to buy ammunition from them for 185. Of course, our model design is unhappy, and now the relation also increased, which is bad because we are going to declare the war. And if you want to declare a war, then there is some penalty. So if the relation is good, then we will lose some happiness and 12% increase 12% of the feast profile. But some people would be happy. Anyway, I don't want to do this now. But if you are wondering how to decrease the relation with some minor regime, so from 66 to have something smaller, you can play diplomatic stratagems on them, especially those that have impossible difficulty. So you can see if I will offer them protection and the critical failure will result in -10 relation. So my goal is to have critical failure here because I want to decrease the relation. So I am very happy that the difficulty is nearly 1000 because this way you can see critical failure. We can check that the relation decreased to 56. We cannot play another card this round, but next round we will play another one and decrease to 46. And then maybe we'll attack them. So this is a way how to reduce the penalties if the relation is too high. And this unit probably needs to stay and protect our land, but this unit you can see they are starving. And I wonder why, because they were on the red area. But if we go to the used points, you can see, and in the information that they had pickup issue, so they couldn't find any logistical points. And it's true. Probably our army consumed every possible logistics, so there was not enough points to get it from here, and they were too far away from this road. So I can move this unit closer to the logistical points to allow them resupply food because they have ammunition. And this unit and this cannot do much more. Also, if we are going to have a war, we need to spy. We need to send more spies, so we can play a stratagem to send some spies there. The target is Mapeller territory, so very good. Execute. Success. So now we have more spies there. Also, in this direction, if we are going south, we need to have here better road. So as someone suggested in the comments some time ago, we can use this south direction and construct a road, but only 2 hexes for 38 industrial points, not more. So let's do it. Why not more? Because we have some buildings and we need to really be careful for our industrial points because you can see 6 will be left in our pocket after I will play around. So we need to be really careful. On the north, what we can do, this unit, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they will do. We can move here and make a pressure on them, or here to protect better the borders. Maybe I will move here to protect better the border, because who knows what they can do. And the last subject, check the demands. You can see that we have promised that the percent of soldiers of our subjects reach at least 18%, and we have 16. So how this is calculated? So to calculate the current value, we simply need to get the current number of population, including workers and private sector, so 90,000, and compare it to in the regimes to our own regime military details report. You can see we have 14,000 infantry. And if we divide 14,600 by 90,500, we'll have more or less 16%. So to have 2% more, we need around 1,800 soldiers, because 2% from 90,000. So it is possible to achieve quite easily by recruiting more soldiers. Okay, so let's play next round. No big movements. They attacked and we both lost 100. And they attacked and no losses, but they take the ground. So they are pushing on north. We have gained friendship, very good, very good. And finally we have developed the new model of soldiers with better armor and weapon. We discovered ammunition factory. I think they are reading in my mind what I want. And discovery. Oh, we have found another Galactic Republic equipment, and now we have 300 Galactic Republic grade infantry. Very good. Oh, hero of the nation. Nice gift. We'll check it later. So not bad. Not bad round. Here, they are pushing us a little, but we can push them back, I hope. And here you can see, here we have our infantry. Did we deliver the promise? No, but we can deliver it with those guys. But they need, as a supply, they need food and energy. So we need to be careful here. We can check their stats. So they have quite good defense, and they are better in defense in general as an infantry, but have good recon. Okay, so check other places here in the front line. So we will play another card like propose peace. Of course, they cannot agree, so let's do it. Okay, but somehow the relation still is the same, so I don't know. We need to double check it later. Now we can start developing our motorbikes. So let's go to the manage blueprints. Now we can select motorbike infantry, new blueprint. Oh, we had one before, so we can delete this one. Now we have automatic rifle and padded and varicute, so the same technologies that for our infantry, and it means we will have quite decent hit points, and the attack and defense is the same for our unit. Also, they have better recon. Well, that's why we really need them, and they have quite fancy image. So now we can create using the blueprint and for 120 bureaucratic points. Okay, let's finish here. I have some noises, sorry for that. I'm waiting for your comments and suggestions. See you later soon. Thank you for watching.